My sister stood in a luxury ski resort lobby, loudly announcing to rich strangers that she canceled my room because I wasn't real family. She smirked, thinking she'd finally put her boring brother in his place. She didn't know I secretly managed our millionaire grandfather's finances, and she definitely didn't know I was about to permanently destroy her fake life. Chloe was always the golden child. She got a brand new BMW at 16, while I got a beat-up Honda and paid my own way through college. Now I work in finance, make great money, and live quietly. Chloe married Jason, a flashy developer, drives a Tesla, and mocks my lifestyle. My parents just nod along. They all rely entirely on Grandpa Jack's massive construction fortune, treating him like a personal ATM. Last Christmas, Grandpa booked a family trip to Vail. I drove up after a brutal work week. I walked to the front desk, but the clerk couldn't find my name. Then, Chloe's theatrical voice echoed across the lobby as she stepped forward in a custom ski suit. "I talked to Grandpa," she announced loudly. "We only need rooms for true family members this year." My stomach dropped. I looked at my parents, but they cowardly looked away. Jason completely ignored me as Chloe smiled that wicked, childhood smile. "You couldn't afford this place anyway," she giggled, hoping for a public meltdown. I felt a cold clarity instead. "You're right," I said calmly. I ordered my ride. "Have fun explaining my absence to Grandpa." I called Grandpa from the airport and told him what happened. The line went dead silent before his voice turned to ice. "Come to my office on Monday and bring your financial software." Chloe made a fatal miscalculation. I digitized Grandpa's accounts, so I knew everything. Grandpa asked me to audit the family. The results were sickening. Over 10 years, Chloe extracted hundreds of thousands in down payments and huge monthly allowances. My parents bled him for $700,000. I checked public records. Jason's company was bankrupt, and their mansion was mortgaged to the limit. Their cars were leased. Chloe had over $100,000 in credit card debt. They were living a complete lie. 3 weeks later, Grandpa called a mandatory family meeting. Chloe arrived late, looking annoyed, while Jason looked physically sick. Grandpa handed out folders. "I am evaluating my financial support," he said coldly. Chloe opened her folder. Her face drained as she whined about the economy. Grandpa cut her off. "Your husband supposedly makes huge money, so why do you need $45,000 a year from me?" Chloe stammered. Grandpa didn't blink. Effective immediately, all financial support is permanently terminated. The room exploded as my parents panicked. Chloe pointed right at me. "Are you doing this because of him? We matter." Grandpa smiled, a terrifying smile. "Ethan, share your findings." I opened my laptop and looked right at Jason. "Your company is bankrupt, and you defaulted on 4 major loans." Jason turned pale green. I turned to Chloe. "Your house is underwater, and you owe $100,000 on credit cards." The room fell dead silent as Chloe lost her mind, screaming that I was a psychopath. I stared back at her melting face. "You did this, Chloe, because actions have consequences." It has been 9 months. The fallout was absolute perfection. Jason's company filed for Chapter 7, and they lost the mansion. Their cars got repossessed. Chloe works at a department store for $17 an hour, and her Instagram is dead. My parents sold their house. My dad is a cashier now. Last month, they begged for help, but I hung up. Jason called asking for a loan. I laughed and ended the call. Then, Chloe called. She was crying hysterically. She begged and pleaded. "I'll do anything," she sobbed. "I'll get on my knees." I let the silence hang heavy. "When you told strangers I wasn't real family, did you care?" She choked on her tears. "You thought I was weak," I said softly. "You were completely wrong." I hung up for good. True justice is real.